San Francisco, a Quinn Martin production. Starring Karl Malden. Also starring Michael Douglas. With guest stars Kitty Wynn, Nan Martin, Joel Fabiani, John McLeam, Patricia Smith. Tonight's episode, Most Feared in the Jungle.
Now, Barbara, take a deep breath. Let it go. Take a deep breath. Hold it.
Oh, nurse. Apply more pressure. I can see the birthdays. It's a normal presentation.
Baby? Where's my baby?
Miss, can I help you, miss?
I want my baby.
What? I haven't seen the baby.
Barbara, what are you doing here? Where's my baby? Come in, dear. Barbara, they told you about your baby at the hospital. I'm terribly sorry. Sorry? Your baby is dead, dear. Stillborn. No, I saw my baby alive. I'm sure you think you did. In cases like this, the imagination often plays tricks. The doctor, he'll know. Where is he? Now, Barbara, don't torture yourself this way. It won't do any good. Just try to accept what's happened.
I want to talk to the doctor.
All right, dear. If that'll make you feel better, you just wait here. Please, go back to your rooms.
Barbara? Oh, I thought you were going to Arizona to find Pete. I had a girl, Michelle. I'm sorry, Barbara.
Just now, she walked in and asked for the baby. I know I told her that, but she won't believe me. She keeps asking for the doctor. I'm afraid for the other girls.
Try to keep her calm until I get there. And whatever you do, don't give her the doctor's name. And make sure she doesn't find it.
All right. Please hurry.
What's that? Give it to me.
No, Barbara, it's not.
Just get me! You need to make me alone!
You want me to drive?
Yeah.
Okay. Connie or the body?
What?
When you get so down you want me to get behind the wheel, it's got to be either Connie or the body. None of my business.
That's right.
So why don't you tell me anyway?
You really want to live vicariously, don't you?
Look, I find out what that means. You could be in big trouble, buddy boy. Come on, tell me. You broke it off, right?
Yeah.
Couldn't handle the cop's routine.
I like to think she couldn't handle the cop.
And which one?
Connie.
Good.
Good? What are you talking about, good?
That leaves the body.
No, you haven't been keeping up, my friend. The body left last month for Chicago. She's gone.
There goes our love life.
Repeating for Inspectors 8-1. Central 1 has a homicide, 554 Clayton. Will you respond?
81, we'll respond. You got the crime lab on the way?
Check Inspectors 8-1. Crime lab notified. On the way.
81, 10-4. Hiya, Steve.
What have you got, Doc?
A female Caucasian, middle-aged, probable cause of death, cranial trauma, parietal region. Looks like she got slugged in a fight.
Get a make on her?
One of your boys did. Gloria Davenport, age 50, 939 Ellis Street. She worked here as a supervisor.
What's here?
Some kind of a shelter for girls.
Anybody see who was fighting with her?
Yeah, one girl. Miss Rayfield? Miss Rayfield?
Miss Rayfield? I'm Lieutenant Stone, and this is Inspector Keller.
Hi.
Hi.
Now, there's nothing to be afraid of. I just want to ask you a couple of questions. Come on in. That pink blanket. What have you got there, a girl?
Michelle.
Can I take a peek?
Sure.
Oh, she's pretty. Michelle, you're beautiful, you know that? I've got a genie, but she's in college. You gonna stay on here a bit longer?
I was. I don't know now.
I wouldn't worry about it. Are you sure you didn't see anyone around here regularly?
Well, there was one man.
Who was that?
Oh, I don't know his name. I didn't like him very much. None of us did, really, but... Well, he's the one that told me about Mrs. Davenport.
Was he the one that was here with her when it happened?
No, it wasn't him.
Well, who was it then? Somebody you know? One of the other girls, maybe?
I don't want to get her in trouble.
If she's not in trouble, you won't get her in trouble. But if she is, there's nothing you can do about it.
Barbara Talmadge.
What do you think they were fighting about?
She asked for her baby.
Her baby?
Well, she went to the hospital last week, and Mrs. Davenport said that her baby was dead, stillborn. And then she told us that Barbara wouldn't be coming back here anymore, that she was going to Arizona to find her old man again, and then Barbara came back today, and she acted funny, you know, like she didn't even know about the baby or something. And then like she didn't believe it. And then she asked for the name of the doctor.
She get it?
Well, I think that's what they were fighting about, because I heard the noise, and then Barbara came running out and pushed right past me and into the street, and then I found Mrs. Davenport.
Do you know where Barbara is living now?
Well, I know her mother teaches at the USF. Maybe she went back with her.
About the doctor, do you have his name?
Well, Dr. Joe takes care of us here.
Dr. Joe?
That's what everyone calls him. I don't even know his last name.
I think it begins with an H.
A what?
I found his address book on the floor. The H's are missing. Maybe that's what they're hassling about.
Oh, that's just great, Sherlock. That narrows it down to about, I'd say 300 doctors.
Police department. Unlimited calls, remember? Maybe you'll find it in the first 200. I'll go out to the university and check on this Barbara's mother. You got the keys? You said the name was Talmadge?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Unlimited calls, huh? Just a couple more questions. This man, can you describe him for me?
Drive on.
When she came to me and announced she was pregnant, there were no moral lectures, no tears, no angry scenes. I even gave her the money to have an abortion, made all the arrangements for her. So naturally, she decided to have the baby. It's as if she has some need to give me pain.
I don't think that's the reason.
What else?
Maybe she just wanted to have the baby. Did you ever think of that?
There's something you ought to know, Inspector. Barbara's choices aren't always rational. This is not her first mental breakdown. She's been under psychiatric care. And the last time she tried to commit suicide. It looks now as if her hostility is directed in another way.
I believe the young lady is next.
Thank you.
Sit down, please.
I'm looking for Dr. Hyland.
I'm Dr. Hyland.
You can't be. Well, he's older than you. He delivered my baby.
You've got the wrong Dr. Hyland.
No. I have his number. I phoned, but it was his home, and they wouldn't tell me where he was. So I looked in the phone book, 50 Fulton Street.
Right address. Wrong doctor. I'm sorry.
That's him.
My father?
Is he a doctor?
Well, yes, but
He's been retired for years.
No, he delivered my baby.
I'm afraid that's quite impossible.
Where is he?
Now, look, young lady,
I said, where is he?
Dr. Halbert, this is Inspector Graves with the Homicide Bureau. You have a patient named Barbara Talmadge.
You never heard of a Barbara Talmadge? Thank you very much.
Well, tell Dr. Hackstrom that I called, will you? Yes, I'd appreciate it. That was just a Jim Dandy idea.
I'm on that phone already.
You bet you are. Start at the bottom of this page and work up.
Right.
What about the mother?
I found her.
And?
And Barbara's not with her. I don't blame her.
Nice lady, huh?
Salt of the earth. Only she'd call it sodium chloride and give you a full analytic report. But tears for her daughter, none.
Well, some people cry and some don't. Should see my Jeannie sometimes at the movies. 2 packs of tissue.
But you're not ashamed of her, Mike.
And her mother is?
The daughter had a nervous breakdown once, right? You hear her mother talk with some kind of personal slap in the face.
This just
Can
came
I
from
speak to the
communications. A shooting at 50 Fulton Street.
Dr. Joseph Highland. Begins with an H.
Nurse, could you cancel that call?
Dr. Highland, Lieutenant Stone, Inspector Keller. What happened here?
A woman, a crazy woman, pulled a gun and shot me.
Do you know who she was?
I never saw her before.
Any idea why she shot you?
None whatever. She was obviously psychotic. She kept talking about a non-existent baby.
I know her name. Wait a minute, I've got it here somewhere.
That's probably phony anyway.
Townsend. Oh, no, here it is. Talmadge. Barbara Talmadge.
Where did she get a gun? How many times a month we have to ask that?
All right, get out an all-points bulletin on her, armed and dangerous.
Right.
Doctor, can I have a full description of her? Anything you can tell me?
Excuse me, Doctor. If you never saw the lady before, how do you know the baby was non-existent?
Well, it was an assumption, of course. I do know it's a rather common psychotic symptom. The creation of a fantasy child in place of the one the patient never had.
Hey, you.
Are you positive you never saw this girl before?
Never.
Doctor?
Oh, Dora. Any messages?
Yes, sir. A young woman who wouldn't leave her name. And then your son called a couple of times. He said that it was very important and that you should... Well, that might be him now.
No, I'll get it, Dora. Yes?
It's me, Doc. That Talmadge girl has got your address.
Oh, dear. How?
Never mind how. Just get away from that house.
All right. I'm going out again, Dora. Emergency.
Well, is there a number where you can be reached? Well, Dr. Highland.
Doctor. Barbara, what are you doing here?
What happened to my baby?
They didn't tell you?
You're not going to lie to me, too, are you?
Barbara, I wouldn't lie to you. You know that.
Well, then, you take me to the hospital.
There's no point in this.
Now, Doctor.
APB's out statewide.
You know, I still can't figure out where she got that gun.
We heard what the doctor says. She pulled it out of her purse.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe he's lying.
About a few things.
She was only at one other place before this.
As far as we know, yeah.
The boarding house. Mrs. Davenport.
Well, what would she be doing with a gun in a place like that?
I'll leave that to you, buddy boy. Unlimited calls.
You're making a bad mistake, Barbara.
I want him back.
It's only natural that you should. But things happen. Get out of control.
He isn't dead.
In a way, that's true. Life that's never been lived can hardly be said to have died.
My baby's alive. I remember him. Peter Ronald Talmadge. That's the name I picked out for him. Except when I saw him, I said to myself, hey, little kid, you don't look like Peter Ronald. Now, I wouldn't have remembered that if it didn't happen.
Childbirth was extremely difficult. We had to give you medication. Drugs do funny things to the mind. They play tricks. Jerry. I'm a doctor. I'm on my way to the hospital.
No emblems for your plates?
You're on my other car. This one's for personal use.
May I see some identification, please?
I don't have any.
No driver's license?
No.
Registration?
Nothing.
He is a doctor. I'll vouch for him. We're in a hurry.
Are you sick, lady?
No, it's my baby. He's in the hospital.
I'll tell you what. I'll escort you to the hospital, then check you out with the staff. But you're still going to get a summons, Doc. And what hospital?
Now, wait a minute. My bag's in the back. I think I've got my papers there.
Drive!
But he's wounded.
I said drive!
Trying to grab her. She must have had the gun in her purse, but I never saw it.
I think it was our girl, Jack.
Yeah, it had to be. I remembered that APB as soon as the slug slammed into my shoulder, but I blacked out before I could do anything about it.
Just a minute. Jack, do you happen to know which way they went?
Hospital, they said.
Which hospital?
I don't know. They were headed east.
Did you get the license number?
Yeah. California 175 PCE.
Barbara, what are you doing here?
Miss Evans, Barbara believes that her child is still alive.
You showed him to me. Oh, Barbara, you were given Verithy and it made you hallucinate.
You're lying.
Why would I do that? I mean, we're your friends. We wanted the baby to live.
Someday we'll know all about childbirth, but right now we can only try.
Hallucination. It wouldn't seem so real.
Look, your entire perception was distorted. Sensory images began to appear.
I remember him.
Now, look, Barbara, you have to believe...
Stop it. I want my baby. What did you do with him?
All right. Both of you get into that closet.
Barbara...
Now, Miss Evans, be careful. She will use it.
In the closet.
Cervix is almost fully dilated, Doctor.
Very well. Let's proceed.
Take a deep breath and hold it.
Oh, nurse, apply more pressure. I can see the vertex.
Baby.
Yes, I understand. Thank you very much. Steve, the place belonged to a Dr. Highland.
What?
Dr. Highland, age 71. That was his son we met.
What about the hospital?
I don't know, dead end. He's supposed to be in retirement. He's not at home.
Well, I got one for you. You were right about the Davenport lady. She was licensed to carry a gun.
What authority?
She used to work for a private detective agency, some guy named Matthew Starr.
Well, get his address. We'll pay him.
667 Mission.
Matthew Starr?
Yeah?
Police department.
Come on in.
Nice. Your end pays much better than the city.
Ups and downs.
Do you have a woman named Davenport working for you, Mr. Starr?
Gloria Davenport? Well, she used to, not anymore.
We understand that she was licensed to carry a gun.
That's right. Well, anybody who works with me is. We get involved with some weird ones from time to time. You never know.
Yeah, well, did she take the gun with her when she left?
Not that I know of.
You'd certainly know if she did.
That's right.
How many registered pieces do you have, Mr. Starr?
2.
Firearms license board says 3.
3, that's right. Yes. I never carry the .25 caliber. Kind of forget about it.
Can we see them?
Sure. That's 1. 2.
Third?
It must be in the other room. Thanks.
He's going up. He's got to come down. I'll cover the front. Freeze. If you've got that third gun, drop it. If that lady took it with her, you're in deep water.
Here's the phone. Call your lawyer.
I don't need a lawyer. I didn't do anything.
You always go out through the window?
That's not a crime.
Withholding information on a felony is.
What felony?
Let's start with kidnapping.
Are you crazy?
Well, somebody is if they think they can take that girl's baby.
Now, what has that got to do with me?
What's Gloria Davenport got to do with you?
I told you, she used to work for me.
Used to. She still had your gun.
Star, come on. Come on, the lady was front for you. Now, come on.
That's right. A home for unwed mothers. Now, that's a funny business for you to be in.
All right, let's see how it works, all right? Girl comes to town to have an abortion. You spot her someplace, health clinic lobby, maybe?
You and that Davenport woman. A nice motherly type. You talk the girl into having her baby, telling her it's a beautiful experience and all that sort of stuff. Expenses paid for by you.
But the baby dies in childbirth. At least that's what you tell the mother.
She cries her eyes out all the way home on a bus. Half stoned.
But Barbara, she came down kind of fast, didn't she? She figured out what happened and she went after the baby.
Running all over town like some kind of crazy animal.
And you made her that way, Mr. Starr. Yeah. You stole that girl's baby.
You guys are crazy. I don't know what you're talking about. And you don't either.
Did you really think you could play God and get away with it forever?
Maybe I'll make that call now.
No, why don't you just sit there for a second or two? You might save us a dime. How did you pick the ones that you let live and the ones that you stole? How did you know which ones were going to give you a profit and which ones weren't? Come on, what was it? Looks, family tree, education. Come on now, what was it?
I didn't do anything wrong. Okay, okay. Against the law, but not wrong. Babies. You know, some people try all their lives to have them. All of their lives. Then they make up their minds to adopt. Some skinny broad with a PhD breaks the news to them that they can't. You know why? Because maybe they got an illness. Oh, nothing contagious, just something like diabetes, say. Or maybe they haven't been married long enough. Or maybe they've got 1 foot over the line. The line is 55, mister. And it's a long wait if you want a healthy kid, sometimes 3 to 4 years. Think about it. Say you're almost there. You've got a wife who's younger, and she wants to be a mother, but one of you is sterile. What do you do? Huh? You could come to us, and we'd get you a kid. A kid that wouldn't even be living if it weren't for us. Now, is that wrong?
What about the doctors, the old man and his son? How did you hook up with them?
Oh, just the old man. His son doesn't know anything. Oh, and if you know about Joe Sr., you know he's no quack butcher. Those girls had good care.
We know the doctor lost his license 15 years ago for performing abortions.
That's what that says. I say he was 15 years ahead of the times. And what about now, huh? He's helping kids grow up in a home instead of getting stuffed into a backpack and lugged around the country without a roof half the time, without the right kind of food.
Is that what you're offering, social services? Is that it, Mr. Starr?
No,
Social services?
man.
How much you get for those babies? How much you get for ripping them off?
Depends.
How much?
2, maybe 3,000.
Maybe double?
Well, I've got expenses.
You got dividends today, too. 2 men shot and a woman killed.
Now, you're going to help us find this girl, Barbara. Or we are going to nail you to the wall as an accessory to murder.
Okay, okay. Her baby went to a family named Hunt, Arthur Hunt in Daly City.
Wait a minute, she got hold of that doctor. He probably gave her the address.
This is Stone. I want a number for a Arthur Hunt, Daly City. No, I'll hang on. This is an emergency.
I bet your bottle's almost ready. Honey?
Just a minute, Bob.
Come on out in the kitchen when you're through.
I'll be right with you. Excuse me. You got... No, that's not the one. What I want is a W-4 form. That's the employer's withholding from the Rockwin Metal Company. Have you got that?
Still busy.
Get the operator. Bust in on it.
Okay, Bob.
Yes? I got him. Mr. Arthur Hunt?
That's me.
This is Inspector Keller at the San Francisco Police Department, and I'm calling you about your baby.
What baby?
Look, Mr. Hunt, we know the whole story, but that's not important now. The main thing is that the real mother may know where you live. I'm sorry to have to alarm you, but she is armed and possibly irrational. So I suggest the best thing is to take your wife and baby out of the house, go to the home of a relative, friend, anybody nearby, and call us at the number I'm about to give you, all right?
Yes, but how do I...
Mr. Hunt, if you have any doubt about the authenticity of this call, I suggest...
No, I believe you. What's the number?
I mean, it's impossible to tell what motivates any of the policy changes, Fred.
Excuse
Why,
me.
that's the whole point.
Professor Talmadge?
Yes.
Would you come with me, please? It's about your daughter.
Have they found her?
I believe so. They want you to make a positive ID.
Oh, excuse me, Fred.
Get the suitcase out of the closet, Phil.
Mr. Arthur Hunt?
Yes? Yeah, that's me. What is it?
I want my baby back.
Baby? What baby?
I said I want my baby back.
I'd like to help you, miss, but you are making a mistake. We have no baby here.
I'm all ready, honey. We can fill up with gas at the...
Yeah.
Oh, what is it?
This young lady seems to think we have her baby.
Oh, we have no children here.
No.
I'll give you 1 minute to bring him out, or I'll shoot your husband.
All right, I'll do it.
Miss, look,
Get back.
let me tell you, you're making a mistake.
I said get back.
I'm not going to give him to you. You're not going to get him.
He's mine.
He's not yours. You didn't want him. I waited for him to be born. I waited for him, and I love him. And you didn't want him. He's my baby more than yours.
That's not true. I did want him. They took him away from me. Now, I've come to get him back.
Barbara.
Go away and get out of here.
Put it down. Come here with us, Barbara. This can all be straightened out.
It's already straightened out. I found my baby.
That's right, Barbara, you have. But it's going to hurt your baby if you don't put it away.
Not until she gives him back to me. Barbara.
Come to help you, dear. You need rest. Treatment.
You're not being reasonable.
What is your idea of reasonable, Mother? Pill in the morning, sex at night, abortion at the end of a careless month? That's not my idea of reason. I know what it is to have life inside of me, growing through me. You never taught me that. You never taught me that life and love are the same. You didn't want me to have my baby. Nobody does. Nobody.
I want you to have your baby. Robert, my name is Stephen, and I want you to have your baby. I know what you're saying. And in some ways, you and I are looking for the same things. Someone hasn't told you where to find it, have they? You want to hold on to something real. And now you found it. You found your baby.
Say anything now, wouldn't you?
It's just what I feel. Now, you don't need that, do you?
You carry one?
But wouldn't it be nice if I didn't have to?
Mrs. Hunt, you and the baby in the car. Mr. Hunt. You'll be going in soon. I believe I see how the judge is thinking. Barbara's going to the state mental hospital for observation and treatment. And until she gets out, they'll let you take care of the baby.
Good.
No, not so good. Not to adopt. Just to take care of the baby.
For how long?
I think that's going to depend upon Barbara.
May I see him? Thank you. Peter. Ronald. Talmadge. Don't forget your name.
Streets of San Francisco, a Quinn Martin production. Starring Karl Malden. Also starring Michael Douglas. With guest star Earl Holliman. Special guest star Jessica Walter. Tonight's episode, The Stamp of Death.
Yes? Who is it? Quinn. But, why the library? Excuse me, business? What are you doing here?
Looks like you buy another round, buddy boy.
No more. I give up.
Come on, one more line. Give you a chance to get
It's midnight already.
What's the matter? You got another date?
I want to go to bed.
Well, what do you do all day but sit around on your slats? Come on, unlimber. Loosen those kinks.
I'm loose. I'm loose.
10 Stone, telephone. One more line, we'll call it
Sure,
quits.
one more line.
Yeah, Stone. When?
Now.
All right, we'll be right over. Game's over. You owe me 2 beers. Come on.
Listen, why do I always have to owe you when I can pay you?
Watching you bowl is pay enough. Window is open. Smudges on the windowsill. There's a trellis on the outside.
Burglary?
Maybe. But we can scratch one motive. Jewelry theft. Did you see the ring on that guy's little finger?
No.
Oh, it's got to go for at least 5 figures. Anything else?
No, that's it, Mike. 2 shots, point blank. 32 caliber, I'd say, but I'll check it out.
Thanks.
Nice shoes.
I forgot them. Listen, why didn't you remind... Well, anyway, whoever it was knew his way around. Turn off the silent alarm. Look at that. You got anything?
Yeah, I talked to the butler, found the body. He said Sturtevant was missing from the party for about 45 minutes. Only he didn't want to intrude.
Why not?
Sturtevant had another hobby besides stamps.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
And he brought them up here?
Yeah. I asked him for some names, but he wouldn't tell me. He said Mr. Sturtevant was very circumspect about the women he was seeing.
Oh, he was, huh? Well, what about the safe? Would he know what was inside?
No, only the business manager would know what's in there.
Okay, then give him a call and tell him we have to audit the contents.
Right.
Fellas, the safe first, then the windowsill.
Hey, Mike.
Yeah.
It's the only stamp missing.
Yeah? British Guiana, 1850, 6-cent magenta. Magenta, that's a color, isn't it? Kind of light purple?
Yeah, that's right.
And Guiana?
Well, it used to be a British colony. It's called Guyana now, I think.
You think? Oh, you college guys with all that esoteric information, huh? Just toss it in there as though it's nothing at all. Just, I think, you know?
Look at those, will you? I used to collect stamps when I was a kid.
You did?
Yeah, nothing like those, though.
These are rare, huh? This is the only one missing, eh?
Yep.
Well, maybe it's worth stealing, but murder?
Maybe we ought to ask an expert.
Edward T. Hawkins.
Yeah, the last word's philately. It means...
I know what it means. Stamps.
Right.
No college, but a lot of crossword puzzles.
You right there? Good morning.
Good morning. Lieutenant Stone. Homicide.
Ed Hawkins, stamps. Hey, you did say homicide.
James Sturtevant.
Oh, yes, I read about him in the newspaper this morning. Awful.
You did business with him?
Of course, he was a very good customer. Several months ago, I offered him a Lallier.
What's a Lallier?
Well, a Lallier album is the first album published for stamp collectors. It's rare, of course, but we run across one occasionally.
What do you know about British Guianas?
I can tell you I wish I had some. They're very expensive. As a matter of fact, last year I sold Sturtevant 5 of them. Now, these. They're the 2-cent yellow issue. That was quite a coup for him. He already had 5. It gave him 10 in all.
1852 cents. $2,500 each?
That's correct.
Say, you wouldn't happen to know how much the 6-cent... Here it is. $300,000.
That's its estimated value. Beautiful, isn't it?
Looks like there's writing on it.
Well, the 1850 series was initialed by the governor or his subordinate in Georgetown. It's the capital of British Guiana.
Well, why would it be worth $300,000?
Oh, now, my goodness, Lieutenant, it's unique. It's the only one of its kind known to be in existence.
From 6 cents to $300,000? Oh, come on, there's got to be something more.
Well, yes, there is the mystery. You see, nobody really knows who owns it. Ever since its first discovery and sale, the various owners have elected to remain anonymous. Sometime in the 30s, President Roosevelt's supposed to have had it in his collection, but he denied it. Well, princes and potentates would give their most valuable possession for the 6-cent magenta. Oh, among true philatelists, that stamp is like the Holy Grail. It's a real mystery.
Well, it's not a real mystery anymore. It's murder.
I don't understand.
It looks as though whoever killed Mr. Sturtevant stole the 6-cent magenta.
Sturtevant? He had it? Are you sure?
Well, we're checking it out. And you can do us a big favor by keeping it under your hat. Might help us find the killer.
Oh, of course, of course. If I can help you in any other way, Lieutenant, you just call on me.
I will. Thank you very much. You know, I learned something today.
Thank you.
What do you got?
I got a name and a motive.
Give me the name.
One of the guests said Sturtevant received a phone call at approximately 10:45 p.m. from somebody named Glenn. Now, immediately after that, he went up to the library.
Glenn who?
Don't know yet. But the motive?
Is $300,000.
How'd you know that?
Philately.
Did that guy in the store say that Sturtevant owned the stamp?
He said nobody knows who owns it. And what about the business manager? He give you a rundown?
Yeah, it's $1,500 in cash, a couple thousand negotiables, all in the safe untouched. Now, I also took a look at the insurance policy. Sturtevant had his entire collection covered. The agent checked the list, and there's only one stamp missing. One rare stamp, unidentified at owner's request, value $300,000.
Grand Colonial Indemnity.
2013 Montgomery Street. I called them and told them we're on our way.
Good.
Manager's name's Tom Wood.
No, that will not be acceptable. Mr. Johnson, you were told 2 weeks ago to have this report completed. I would say you now have about 2 hours. Yes, may I help you?
Lieutenant Stone.
Oh, yes, just a moment. He's been waiting for you. Mr. Wood, the gentlemen from the police department are here. Terrible, isn't it, about Mr. Sturtevant?
Yes, it is. Did you know him?
Vaguely.
Tom Wood.
Mike Stone.
Hi, Stephen Keller.
If you don't mind, we can talk on the way. I'll introduce you to the man who's been in this case since this morning. He has all the files. Is Chris in, Miss Williams?
Yes, sir. He's waiting for you.
If you'll follow me. I suppose you want a copy of the policy.
Well, we have one, but he has a few questions.
Shoot.
Well, I guess you know that Mr. Sturtevant's entire collection is insured by your company, and that each stamp was specifically identified except the one that was stolen.
Worth over $250,000.
That's right. Well, it's a little strange, isn't it?
Yes, it is. He apparently paid a high premium for the privilege. I have to apologize for not being more specific, but you realize we underwrite more than 5,000 policies a year. I'm not able to keep up with all the details myself.
Well, what is the usual procedure if you wanted to insure something like that?
Well, the actual policies are written by independent agents. For something that valuable, they'd have to secure at least 3 expert appraisals before we'd underwrite.
Who are the appraisers?
We don't know. Their names are not in our files. And frankly, I just don't know why. Of course, we're looking into it.
Well, I guess we'd like to talk to the agent who wrote the policy, then.
So would I. But he died 2 months ago. We have one of our claims investigators working on it right now. He'll have all the specifics you'll need. Gentlemen, this is Chris Conway.
Good morning, gentlemen. I was just going over the records. I hope I can be of some assistance to you.
How did they get that?
Hawkins?
He said he'd keep it confidential.
Yeah, well, it's pretty hard to keep something like this quiet for long.
I guess you're right. Steve.
Yeah?
You get with that agent's wife and see if she remembers anything since she talked to Conway, will you? And I'm going to take a cab and see if I can tap another pipeline.
Mr. Conway?
Mr. Conway, you said that you would try to run down those appraisers, right?
Absolutely.
You do?
Lieutenant, listen, my car's right around the corner. Can I give you a lift someplace?
How about Broadway?
Perfect.
Giant said 3 to 1, you're down. Hey, Lieutenant.
3 to 1, the best you can do, Doc?
You know me, it's an old habit. This is just pretend.
Just keeping your hand in, so to speak.
Would I lie to you, Lieutenant? Hey, you're still working homicide, ain't you? You haven't been switched to another department?
Don't worry, I didn't see the book. What do you hear?
Depends on what you want to hear.
Stamps. The rare kind.
Oh, look, I gave up the trade. You know that. I haven't fenced anything for 2 years, or almost 3 now.
You still have eyes and ears.
The Sturtevant thing, huh? Well, I did read something about it in the paper. He's a heavy collector or something.
Now, one stamp worth $300,000. Heavy enough? 10% of that is 30 G's. That's what the insurance company pays for recovery, isn't it?
So I hear. But that's pretty specialized. somebody trying to move a sticker like that, they'd have to be pretty careful, it being tied in with a murder and all.
Ask around. Quiet like.
Sure. Anything, anytime for you, Lieutenant.
And maybe for the money.
Johnny, be still. How's it going? Huh, you about finished?
Here, look for yourself.
That looks perfect.
Too perfect. The copy is still too sharp. It's going to have to be aged down.
Oh? How long does that take?
Nothing of value is ever born of impatience, my friend.
Come on, Arnie, will you? I got customers waiting, and I need those stamps tonight.
You'll have them.
How do you breathe in this place?
I have no trouble. Then again, I've never killed anyone in cold blood, Mr. Conway. Tell me, is it worth it?
You tell me. 10 little pieces of paper, each one worth $2,500 apiece. When you get through with them, they'll be worth $300,000 apiece. That's $3 million, baby. You tell me.
For which I only get $50,000.
You got a complaint?
Would you kill me if I did?
We made a deal, Arnie. Don't get greedy on me.
I'm an old man of modest needs, Mr. Conway. I'll call you.
No, I'll call you. 10 o'clock, that gives you 12 hours. Now, you be ready.
Chris? Sorry I'm late. I've got the tickets.
Terrific. Ah, terrific.
Everything all right?
Everything's just fine. They're going to be ready this evening.
I thought you said he'd be finished this morning.
Yeah, well, he's a perfectionist. I can't help that. Well, come on, honey, relax. Everything's fine.
What about the police?
There's no sweat. And I gave the story to the local papers, and the wire services picked it up, and by now it's all over the globe. Okay?
Okay.
Let's grab some lunch.
Well, I have to get back.
What's your hurry?
Mr. Wood's flying to L.A. at 4:30, and I have to go with him. I'll call you in the morning.
What, are you spending the night?
It's business. Oh, come on, Chris. Not Mr. Wood. He's over 50 years old.
Sturdivant was all of that, too, wasn't he?
I'll see you in the morning.
Honey, I'm sorry. Look, we both made our mistakes, but that was 3 years ago, okay? I mean, pretty soon we're going to be together. Everything's going to be just fine, like it used to be. I love you, Mrs. Conway.
I love you too, Mr. Conway.
Yeah, Charlie, I'm still here. Okay, if you say so. Yeah, thanks, Charlie.
Anything from Prince?
Mm-mm. No smudges or scratches on the trellis, which means the windowsill was a phony. The guest list is a dead end, too. Everybody that was invited is accounted for.
Maybe he invited himself. It's a very big party.
Maybes don't buy as much, do they? Come on, buddy boy. Give me something encouraging.
Well, I understand the crime rate's down in the big cities this month.
Come on, give me what you got.
The recently deceased insurance agent. He did die of a heart attack, like Conway said. His estate's still in probate, but his wife let me look at the files.
And?
And I can't be sure until I check it against the company files, but from what I saw, the premium Sturtevant paid wasn't high enough to cover a $300,000 stamp, plus all the other stamps he had insured.
Okay, expert, you check it out in the morning.
Tomorrow. So what'd you get?
Nothing. Just noodles.
Just noodles? What about those missing appraisers?
Conway called in and said they're still missing. I don't get that. But we do have one thing, buddy boy. That stamp dealer, Hawkins.
Right.
He said that he sold Sturtevant 5 more of those 2-cent Guianas last year.
It's making 10 altogether.
Right. But they're not accounted for in the insurance policy. He insured all the other rare stamps. Why wouldn't he protect these 10? They're worth 25 G's.
Maybe he sold them. I don't know. Maybes don't buy very much. Maybe there's something else.
You mean like maybe the man who killed Sturtevant stole them?
Yeah. Yeah, and he didn't want us to know, so he leaves the stamp album open on the desk. So we'd be looking for the one stamp he wanted us to know was stolen. I mean, if you're going to sell something illegal, you want the buyer to know it's been stolen, right? That ties in with the newspaper.
Homicide, Stone. Yes, I'd be very interested. May I ask who's calling, please? Are you there now? Yes. I'll be right over. Somebody wants to talk about the 6-cent magenta.
Was it a fence?
I don't know. The Chinese consulate? Are you kidding? Come on.
Yes? Who is it? No, I'm sorry, I'm not finished yet. Yes, I know what time it is, but I won't be done until morning. Don't bother to come until the morning, I said.
I'm sorry. I promised I wouldn't reveal his name or his residence. All I can tell you is that he lives in Hong Kong, he's very wealthy, and he assures me he still possesses the only authenticated 1850 6-cent magenta.
He told you that himself?
By telephone this evening. I understand he'll be mailing you notarized documents to prove his claim. This man is well known to us. I'm sure he wouldn't lie.
Maybe somebody lied to Sturtevant. Sold him a forgery.
Maybe. And maybe the guy that killed him got just what he was looking for. Oh, I appreciate your call. Thank you very much.
Sure.
What are you talking about?
Those 10 missing stamps. I'm beginning to believe that whoever killed Sturtevant didn't kill him because he owned the magenta, but because he didn't.
Not here. You're sure? I've been through the whole collection twice, Lieutenant.
Well, could he have sold them?
Oh, not without my knowing about it. You know, the 2-cent Giannas are not unique, but they are rare enough for the trade to keep an accurate record of them. Well, besides, Mr. Sturtevant, he only dealt through a bona fide dealer.
All right, let's assume that they were stolen. They darn near look alike, don't they? So couldn't somebody fix them or alter them somehow so that they would look like the 6-cent magenta?
Well, now, with skill and patience, I suppose someone could copy the face, forge the initials, even duplicate the ink. And the 2-cent Guianas are surface dyed, so the ink wouldn't permeate the paper. They could be bleached.
Bleached?
Oh, yes, the most difficult thing to duplicate, especially with the rare issues, is the paper.
Okay, let's say the guy has 10 big ones, all counterfeit. How tough would they be to move?
Well, now, since the owners of the Guiana have traditionally remained anonymous, I suppose it's possible that we'd never hear of any of the sales.
10 times 300,000. That's a lot of motive.
You think it's possible?
Oh, yes. Forgery and counterfeiting are much more prevalent than many people realize.
It is, eh?
Wait a minute. You know, a gentleman came to see me last month. We had the same conversation.
About counterfeiting?
No, about the 6-cent magenta. He was most interested in the dye.
You know his name?
No, he didn't tell me that. But he did tell me that he was recommended to me by a dealer who knew about my particular fondness for the Guiana.
Well, who was that?
He didn't tell me that either.
Can you describe him?
Oh, yes. Well, he was elderly, well, maybe 55 or 60. He was small, wiry, you know what I mean. Oh, he had the most delicate hands. I remember that.
Anything else? Color of hair, eyes? What about mannerisms, scars?
No. He had a lovely smile.
Well, was he an American?
Oh, yes. Oh, well, at least I assumed he was. I'm sorry, gentlemen. I can't remember anything.
Well, you've been a big help, Mr. Hawkins. We'll drive you back.
Thank you.
Small, wiry, about 55 or 60. You know, I remember a guy about 5 or 6 years ago. He'd be about 55 now. Gee, I can't remember his name. Well, anyway, we found out one thing, buddy boy. Sturtevant never had the magenta.
Yeah, which means that somebody made up a phony insurance policy to make it look like he did.
Or he planted a phony in the safe so that we would find it and do exactly what we've been doing.
But a copy of the office was fixed, too. It's got to be an inside job.
I'll drop you off at the insurance company. I've got to see Doc. Oh, and listen, pull the book on the counterfeiters. Start thumbing through the pages. Maybe we'll get lucky.
I mean, he's gone. When I went there this morning, the door was locked and he was not there. He probably last night just finished up and stalled me to buy himself some time.
You said you knew him. We could trust him.
Well, right now, baby, I don't know who I can trust.
What's that supposed to mean?
I tried to call you last night after I talked to Jenkins. Where were you? You weren't in your room.
I was out with Mr. Wood. While we're at it, how do I know you and Jenkins didn't work something out?
Now, look, baby, this whole thing was your idea. You got me into this. Yeah, well, don't worry. I'm going to get us out of it. As far as I can tell, Jenkins is not going to be able to sell those stamps by himself. He's going to be looking for a fence. Now, maybe...
Hello?
Good morning.
Hi.
Look, it's not urgent, Glenn. Just tell him that I'd like to see him sometime today, okay?
Yes, sir.
You're the early bird of the team, huh?
Yeah, I guess so. Excuse me, did I hear right your name is Glenn?
My father wanted a boy.
Did you get my message?
No.
Huh? Well, this is probably what you're here for. Premium payments, right?
That's right.
I called you as soon as I noticed this. Now, these are the figures I dug out of the agent's file. I checked them this morning against our own ledger.
And they differ?
Our books show that Sturtevant paid a much higher premium than what the agent wrote down. I guess somebody around here made a mistake.
Well, now, you've worked here for a little while. Do you have any idea who that might be?
Well, see, I've only been with the company about 6 months. But I run a trace on it.
Good.
Anything else?
No, I guess that's it. Thank you.
Okay. Say, did Stone get anything from his pipeline?
His what?
From his contact. See, yesterday when I dropped him off, I figured he was going to meet a fence or something. I mean, somebody that might know if there's any action on the street.
No.
I get any messages?
Nope.
What could have happened to that guy? I must have checked every back alley I know of. And believe me, in my 20 years, I've picked up a lot of back alleys. What is this, 2 volumes?
It's a very popular profession.
It's going to take us all week. Why can't I remember that guy's name? Must be getting old or something. Listen, he was booked with Al Karlinsky. Pull his jacket. Maybe it's cross-filed.
Okay, but listen, I think I got some.
Name began with a J. Go on, shoot.
Conway, the Sturtevant premium payments do not match. Only he didn't notice it till this morning.
Here it is, J. So you're a good cop and he's a lousy claims investigator.
Well, he's not lousy according to his personnel file. IQ 127, reaction to stress superior, motivation excellent, efficiency quotient superior.
So?
So it doesn't jive with what I got from the LAPD this morning. It seems he applied to the academy a few years back and he couldn't cut it. Now, their file shows prior experience, merchant marine 4 months, cab driver 6 months, private investigator license, revoked for failure to renew. May not be a loser, but he ain't a winner.
So, come on, give me the thing, will you?
The insurance company had no written references on him, but the LAPD did. And they also had him listed as married. His wife's first name, Glenn.
Glenn?
That's right.
Same as the phone call to Sturtevant?
The same as Wood's secretary.
Miss Williams.
It's quite a coincidence.
Little Miss Sunshine's got a dark side, too, maybe.
Yeah.
Homicide, Stone.
Hey, Lieutenant.
Doc, where have you been?
All around. How's it going, Lieutenant?
I need help. What have you got?
No, I drew a blank, nothing.
Oh, come on. You have to have something.
Now, wouldn't I tell you if I did? I'm not sneezing at any 30 G's.
All right, then I'm going to tell you something. A small guy, wiry, about 55 or 60. Good hands. Could be an artist, a counterfeiter, a printer. Knows all about dyes. He was busted about 5 years ago with Al Karlinsky.
Karlinsky? And 5 years, you say?
That's right, about 5... Wait a minute, Doc. You gave him to me. He's the same guy that was involved in that phony stock deal. Didn't his name begin with a J? Yeah, I know it did. Jensen, Jenkins, Willie Jenks. Isn't that it, Doc?
Jenks. Yeah, I think you got it, Lieutenant. Yeah, it was Jenks. Billy Jenks.
That's right, Doc. Billy Jenks. Do you know where he is now?
Oh, last I heard he was in Folsom.
Let's see. That's Billy Jenks, a.k.a. Arnie Jenkins, printer, parole September 13th, 1972.
Parole? No kidding. Well, okay, I'll sniff around.
Yeah, let me know when you get something. Oh, Doc, thanks a lot. I'm going after a warrant.
All right, I'll call his parole officer for his last address.
Good.
I'll get the back.
Mr. Jenkins. Mr. Jenkins? Jenkins! Steve?
Yeah. Guess he's not here.
He's here. But he's not going to tell us anything.
It's not printer's ink.
What about the rag? Same stuff?
Yeah, it looks like a special mixture. It's a surface-type dye. This is an ordinary type cleaner. This is common peroxide.
What about the newsprint?
There's some sort of printing on it. I can't make anything of it.
Mr. Hawkins, this way.
There you are, Lieutenant. This is all very exciting.
So glad you could come to help again.
Mr. Hawkins, you said a counterfeiter might use a bleach to reuse a stamp. What kind of bleach would he use?
The same thing the ladies use on their hair, peroxide.
I can't make this out.
Do you mind taking a look?
Oh, heavens, no.
I have a meeting with the coroner. If you need me, I'll be in his office.
Thanks, Joe.
Well, this is a portion of a reproduction. Excellent likeness, too, though it hasn't been dyed, of the 6-cent magenta. Well, have you caught him yet, the murderer?
No.
You do understand, of course, that this is all very confidential.
Of course. But do you realize how easily those counterfeits could be taken out of the country? There must be at least a score of wealthy collectors be happy to pay catalog prices for the magenta. But don't you think they should be alerted?
No, I don't think so. You see, the 10 stamps are the only lead we have to 2 murders. And if we tip our suspect, he might destroy the evidence.
Well, if there's nothing else I can do.
Thank you for coming.
Well,
Jenkins didn't work alone. He had to have help, and I'll bet it came from inside the insurance company.
That's what I think. Conway.
He's on top of the list.
Beautiful. You're just beautiful.
What the hell did you expect? He's gone, Glenn. That's $3 million right out the window. I was an idiot to listen to you. You know what I got hanging over me now? A murder rap.
If you didn't want to kill Sturtevant, why didn't you just ask him for the money? You've always been good at begging.
You're really something. You know that. You're a real live man-eating cannibal. Me, Sturtevant, anybody that fails old Glenn, you just chew him up and spit him out like garbage, don't you? Let me tell you something. You're not leaving me holding the bag, Glenn. You killed Sturtevant just as much as I did. Just as much.
Did I?
That's right. You set him up, you gave me the gun, and you told me what to do. All because he jilted you, because he turned you down for some other dumb skirt. You really thought you were going to be Mrs. Rich, didn't you?
That's enough, Chris. So now what?
I don't know.
You never did. Where's the gun?
What do you want the gun for?
To get rid of it.
It's in that drawer. Glenn, listen, why don't we just leave? Why don't we just get on a plane and take off? I can get a job. I know I can. We can be together. I need you, honey. I've always needed you.
So you want me to carry you again? Job to job, city to city, scrounging for rent. I won't do that, Chris.
It's Jenkins. That has to be Jenkins. Hello, Arnie. Where have you... Who is this? What? Yeah, I know. Now, what? Listen. Hello? Hello?
Who was it?
I don't know. Just a guy. He said he's got the stamps. He wants to make a deal for half.
When?
Now, he said it's got to be some kind of a trick. I mean, who knows about it? Who knows to call me here?
Leave that stuff alone. Where did this man say he'd meet you?
On the beach, he said, just south of the Cliff House. You're not going?
Would you like to do it?
I can't do that, Glenn. I can't do that anymore. Can you?
How will I know who he is? How, Chris?
He said he'd be wearing a flower, a magenta-colored flower.
A sense of humor. I like that. And a lot of confidence.
Glenn, you can't just...
Yes, I'd like a cab, please. 2200 Walnut, right away. Thank you.
Glenn, why don't we just...
Don't worry, hon. It'll all work out.
Hey, did you see who that was?
Glenn Williams.
Who is it?
Lieutenant Stone, I'd like to talk to you, Conway.
Just a minute.
Here's an alley out back. Airline ticket, one-way, Mr. and Mrs. Conway.
Now, we know she was in your apartment. Where did she go?
I don't have to tell you anything.
That's right, you don't. That was a Golden Gate cab. Call the dispatcher.
Right. '81 to headquarters.
We're up here.
Looking for somebody, lady?
I'm meeting someone. For a friend.
I know a guy. Name's Conway.
That's my friend.
Where is he?
He's out.
Out where?
All the way out. Finished. Where's Jenkins?
Jenkins? I guess you could say he's out, too. Permanently.
You have the stamps?
One. Just one. You move it, we'll split 50-50. And then I'll give you the next one.
I want them all. Now.
Hold on to this guy.
Now, that isn't smart, lady. But if you're all that intense about it, well, maybe I can live with a smaller percentage.
I don't think you can.
If you pull that trigger, what are you going to get? Just one stamp, right?
Wouldn't you really rather deal for all 10? I know you got the customers on tap.
Mrs. Conway, we have your husband.
Lady, you pull that trigger now, we're both dead.
Put the gun down.
I didn't kill anyone.
I know, just drop the gun, Mrs. Conway.
Hi, Doc. Do you mind stepping over here a bit? .38 caliber. What was that you were saying about being out of the trade? You know, I'm beginning to think you're right.
What's the charge?
Suspicion of murder. And having a magenta mouth.
From Hong Kong, along with notarized documents proving ownership and possession of 1 6-cent British Guiana. What? The stamp. It's proof of ownership from the Chinese consulate.
Right here. Read this telegram just came.
To detective in charge, Sturtevant case, have client who wishes remain anonymous, but certain authentic 6-cent Magenta British Guiana is not, repeat, not involved in your investigation.
Read where it came from.
London, England. London?
Well, buddy boy, I guess this is one mystery we are never going to solve.
Of San Francisco, a Quinn Martin production. Starring Karl Malden. Also starring Michael Douglas. With guest stars Claude Akins, Lola Falana, James J. Sloyan, special guest star Harry Rhodes. Tonight's episode, a string of puppets.
If you've got a woman, you'd better not misuse her. You always treat her with respect, you never do abuse her. And if you do, I'm warning you, you're surely gonna lose her. Treat her with respect and she'll never go away. Yeah, why don't you hear what I say? Yeah, I said there's one thing you should see. The other side of me sure is another. My. And if you come on very strong, you're put where you belong. I want you, brother. Yes, I do. And because I'm a lady. Oh, cause I'm a lady. My, cause I'm a lady. And I'm a lady all the time. Keep on grooving like a lady. Walk on by like a lady. And I'm a lady. And don't you ever forget it, big boy. Ooh. Thank you.
boy. Thanks. Hi. How you doing? Thanks. Yeah.
Hey, what'd you next engagement from here?
Excuse me a minute. I'll be right back, okay? Yeah?
Okay, stay cool now.
Yeah. Thanks. Harry, where have you been? Bob Mason's been trying to call you all day.
How long take you to get back?
What?
We gotta split.
What are you talking about?
I'm in trouble, babe. Big trouble.
What kind of trouble?
The worst. I tried, babe. I tried to go straight, but they wouldn't let me.
What is it, Harry? Harry. Harry, what is it? Listen, we'll go to Bob Mason right now. He's always helped you, I'm sure. You just fix it. He's always helped you. Harry, Harry!
Homicide, Stone. Yeah, this is Keller's extension, but he's not in at the moment. Can I take a message?
Lieutenant, this is Harry Gates. Remember? You and Keller busted me once for robbery.
Harry Gates? Oh, yeah.
I'm in trouble.
What kind of trouble?
Remember the jewel heist over on Post Street last week where the guard got killed?
Yeah, what about it?
I gotta talk to you. They're gonna kill me.
Wait a minute now. Take it easy. What do you got to talk about? Who's going to kill you?
Tubbs, Wilson Tubbs. He was in on the job with me.
Where are you?
Corner Vallejo and Davis.
Vallejo and Davis. All right, just sit tight. I'm coming right over.
Like a bug. Crushed him like a bug. Never saw anything like it.
Did you get a good look at the driver?
Yeah, when he went by. That's when I got a look. Real good. Oh, that's the one face I'll never forget.
Would you recognize that face from a mug book?
If I live to be 100.
Mike, this is Harry Gates' address.
What about the car?
Blue pickup.
Blue pickup, huh? Check it out. It's got to be hot. You probably dumped it not too far away. See what you can get on a Wilson Tubbs, will you? And then put out a teletype. Okay. Thanks a lot. Miss Sterling, I'm terribly sorry. I didn't mean to frighten you. Lieutenant Stone.
Police.
That's right.
What do you want?
I'd like to ask you a couple of questions about Harry Gates. The landlord tells me he's staying here with you.
Yeah, that's right. Is something wrong?
I'm afraid there is. May we talk inside, please?
Well, what is it? Is he in trouble? Tell me what it is.
He's dead. Here, let me help you.
Oh, God.
About an hour ago, Harry called for help. He was dead before I could talk to him. Now, you tell me, what was he into? He obviously had something somebody wanted.
He was frightened. He came to the club and asked me to go away with him.
What club was that?
The Yellow Brick Road. I worked there, you know. Harry played the horn. It doesn't make any sense. None of it makes any sense. Harry was going straight. We had a chance. And Mason got him a job.
Mason who?
His parole officer. He was like Terry. He was the only one who really cared about him besides me.
Now, when you talked to him, what did he say? What did he say?
He said he was trying to go straight, but they just wouldn't let
They?
him.
Who are they?
I don't know.
Listen to me, dear. Does the name Wilson Tubbs mean anything to you?
No.
Harry never mentioned it.
No.
You're sure? Wilson Tubbs,
No.
think.
No. Nothing.
I'm sorry.
I can't believe this. Every time you guys get jammed up, you're asked up some poor con, take him down, throw him in a lineup.
Sit down. Everyone's always picking on you, aren't they, Tubbs? What do we got here? Possession of drugs, attempted rape, armed robbery, assault with a deadly weapon, armed robbery. For the second time, huh? Possession of drugs again. Resisting arrest.
I want to call my lawyer.
Call him.
Listen, what are we getting so upset for?
How long have you known Harry Gates?
Who?
Harry Gates.
Never heard of him. Who is he?
He was murdered last night.
Well, it must have been a bummer for Harry, but you can't hang that on me.
Do you own a blue pickup?
No.
You weren't driving one last night?
What's this all about?
A blue pickup gunned him down.
So?
So a witness identified you as the driver. Where were you last night at 11 o'clock?
Home.
All night?
Yeah.
Anybody with you?
No. No. Wait a minute. What time?
11.
Yeah. Yeah, somebody was with me at 11 o'clock.
Who?
My P.O.
How's that?
My parole officer. You can check it out. His name is Bob Mason.
Bob Mason.
Hey, look, Mason. What are you leaning on me so
Mickey,
hard
you know
for?
it's a violation of parole to change addresses without letting me know.
All right, I forgot.
So don't forget. I told you this is my ballpark. We play by my rules. Now, we'll talk about this tomorrow morning in my office, 9 o'clock.
I'm not going to be finished here at 9 o'clock.
Mickey, you won't ever be finished here. That's why you're here. Now, you tell Tom Sholin you'll be back about 10. 9 o'clock, my office, and you don't show.
All right. Can I go back to work now, Mason?
So paint.
Bob Mason?
Well, yeah.
Mike Stone. Got a minute?
Oh, yeah, Lieutenant.
I think he got the message.
I don't know. I don't think they're any different on my end than they are on yours. You give them an inch and they'll just run away from you. What can I do for you?
A con named Wilson Tubbs. You know him?
I wish I didn't. Yeah, why?
Murder. A man named Harry Gates.
Oh, no. Boy, Harry was one of my boys, too. You mean Tubbs killed Gates?
Looks that way.
How did it happen?
He was gunned down by a pickup truck. Did Tubbs know Gates?
Not that I know of, but he could have. I'll find out.
Any idea what Gates was into?
Well, he did time for safe cracking, but he was not in that now. I'd know about it.
What about Tubbs?
Well, he's no prize, but murder, that's a little out of his line. Anybody see it happen?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we have an eyewitness. But you know what? Tubbs said that he was with you at the time it happened.
Well, what time was that?
11 o'clock last night.
Yeah, he was with me. Woke me out of a sound sleep. Wanted to get married to an ex-hooker. These guys know the rules. I don't know, it just seems like maybe your eyewitness wasn't seeing so good.
Yeah, I guess. Thanks.
See you.
Mike, you're talking about maybe the best parole officer in the whole department. A man I worked with for 15 years. Now, Bob Mason may be hard, he may be tough, but he's straightened out more lives than anybody I know. He's what the whole parole system is about.
All right. Look, let me put a few things together and you see if they add up, all right? Mason was Harry Gates's P.O. He was also Tubbs's P.O. Now, we know that Harry Gates was in on that Post Street heist because he told us he was in on it. He also thought that Tubbs was going to kill him. Now, we have a witness who saw him do it. Except that Mason claims that he was with Tubbs at the time of the murder.
What are you getting at, Mike?
What I'm trying to get at is that we have a lot of unsolved jewel robberies on our hands, including that Post Street heist. And if Mason is lying, it's obvious, isn't it? He could figure in on the whole thing.
No, Mike, you're way off on this one.
Well, won't be the first time, will it?
You want to put an undercover man on a parole officer? No.
Rudy, Harry Gates was a torch man. If they want to continue the operation, they're going to have somebody replace him.
Who'd you have in mind?
Hume is the king of the downhill races.
Now, what is this, huh? One-man welcoming committee?
I just thought you'd appreciate this gentle touch.
Oh, come on, Mike. I just got here. What's going on?
Boy, oh boy, you really are a suspicious character, you know that? Here I come all the way across town just to wish you a hello, and what do I get?
Did you really?
Yes.
Well, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it, Dave.
Well, how was Lake Tahoe?
Beautiful, just beautiful.
Beautiful. A lot of snow?
A lot of snow, yeah.
Well, some people know how to live.
I'm gonna get you on the skis one of these days.
Oh, yeah, that'll be the day. Say, what'd you do? Forget your razor?
No, just wanted to see how it looked. Don't worry, it's coming off.
Looks pretty good. How long before it fills in?
Oh, probably about 10 days, couple of weeks, maybe.
Well, how would you like to have another 10 days off?
What?
Well, that's what you said, isn't it? A couple of weeks, 10 days? Also, it'll give you enough time to learn how to handle a torch.
A torch? All right, what torch? What's going on, Mike?
How about that horn of yours? You still got it?
Yeah, I got it.
The one you used to play in college?
Yeah, I got it.
What was that number I used to like? Come on, what was it? Stormy, no, Close to Me.
Close to You?
Yeah, Close to You. You could have played with any band, you know. You were really good.
I knew it. I just knew it. Drag yourself across town.
Listen, I need you, buddy boy.
Was undercover?
Mm-hmm. We'll be working with robbery. Come on, let's dig out that horn, huh? Come on, I'll tell you all about
something else, I tell you.
Come on, let's go. Close to me.
Send in Lou Felton, please. Come in. Lou Felton?
Yes, sir.
I'm Bob Mason. I'll be your parole officer. How was your trip up here?
Well, I don't know. I slept most of the way.
Why this city?
Well, I wanted to change. Frisco always appealed to me.
Well, if you're planning to stay, it's not Frisco. It's San Francisco.
Now, why's that?
Tradition. And the natives are mighty touchy.
Thank you for the tip.
Robbery, huh? 1 to 5. You use a torch?
Yes, sir, I did.
And drugs. But you volunteered for the drug rehabilitation program at the prison and kicked the habit?
Yes, sir.
Good. You stay off the drugs, all the rest is downhill.
I sure hope so. I'm tired of swimming against the current.
You have time to read your parole regulations?
Yes, sir, I did.
Any questions?
No, sir.
Well, you can drop the sir. And I'm only going to tell you this once. I can be the nicest guy you'll ever want to meet, or I can fill your life with misery. It's up to you. You keep your nose clean, we get along fine, but you step out of line just once.
No, I paid my dues. I don't want any more trouble.
You know anybody in San Francisco?
Not a soul, no?
Also says you're a musician, huh?
Yeah, I lay down a little horn now and then when I can find a gig, yeah.
Well, I'll have to keep my eye open for that. In the meantime, you're going to have to eat. You got any objection to hard work?
No, sir. Look, I'm sorry about that. I sure don't.
Well, I think I've got just the thing for you. It'll help you stay clean.
Chuck? Yeah.
Lou Felton.
Hi.
You think you could find him a job?
You ever worked one of these rigs before?
No, but I pumped gas when I was a kid.
Well, that's close enough.
Hey, you got any room at your place?
Yeah, I can fix him up. Scotty! Come here.
Mr. Mason?
Scotty?
His name's Lou Felton.
Hi.
Get him his gear, get him going.
Come on.
Mr. Mason?
Felton? Good luck. If you have any problems, you know how to reach me.
Thank you.
You make him?
No. Where'd he do his time?
Arizona.
I'll check him out.
Dude, he's a torch.
Dynamite. Come on! Move her down! Move it! Here we go. Here we go.
Tubbs.
Yeah.
Did you tell him?
No, man, I told you. Forget it.
Look, man, I don't want to be tied to what happened to Harry and that guard. Hey, man, I'm not trying to muscle anybody. I just want out.
Look, you're out when the man says you're out.
Or else I'm back in the slams. Is that it?
There's only one way to find out.
You know, I could blow the whistle on somebody.
Who'd listen? You're a con lover. You ever a con being believed about anything? Besides, what do you know for sure about anything?
I know it's basic.
Oh. Huh. You don't want to say that to anybody.
That's right. So you better let me out.
Okay, you're out.
Will you file these?
Mike, did you hear anything from Steve yet?
Yep. He's got a job at the Pacific Car Wash. Art, answer those calls, will you?
Well, any rumbles?
Nope, not yet.
Oh. What about that girl that Gates was going with? Does Mike think that she knows any more than she's let on?
He doesn't know yet. He's going to see her tonight. Come on, close the door and sit down.
What about Mason?
Clean as a whistle. No debts. He's been living in the same place for 23 years. Doesn't play around. Goes to church every Sunday. And on his vacation, he goes to the police camp for underprivileged kids. There isn't a mark against him in 27 years. Come on, sit down, will you?
Yeah, I will. What about his family life?
Well, he lost his wife last year, no children. And the word I got is that he took it pretty hard, wanted to quit the department. He didn't, though. Instead, he buried himself in his work.
What are you thinking?
We've gone through this before, haven't we, Rudy? A man loses his wife, goes off the deep end, doesn't know what to do, wonders if maybe another job, more money, and maybe his wife would still be alive.
Yeah. If I remember, those are some of the questions you asked yourself when you lost Helen.
That's right. Could be that Mason and I just came up with different answers.
Hey, Jude, don't make it sad. Take your sad song and make it better. Remember to let her into your heart.
Lou Felton.
Waiter says you were a friend of Harry's.
Well, we did a little time together, yeah.
A lot of people did time with Harry. Sometime or another. But Harry was a loser. Are you?
Now, do I look like a loser? Come on, let me buy you a drink.
Okay. Hey, Fred. Give me a usual, please. Thank you. Hey, neither did Harry.
What?
Look like a loser. You know, mister, I'm 28 years old, and the only man I really ever loved just got burned. And the sands are running out. Now, the only place I really want to be is in the center of a winner's circle. Can you dig it?
Lady, I had a bad day. I mean, I didn't come here to catch your headache.
I don't think I like you, Lou Felton.
Well, I knew we had something in common then.
Well, in my own girlish way, I was only trying to say I'm sorry.
Look at that. Yeah, that's the first smile I've seen out of you yet.
It won't happen again.
Yeah? Well, in my boyish way, I'm just trying to tell you that's an awful nice sound you lay down.
Probably tone deaf.
No, I'm not, but I think your horn player is.
Do you play?
Yeah, I play a little bit, yeah.
Want to sit in?
Sure, yeah.
Okay, come on. Hey, Jay. Jay, why don't you take a break and lend Lou your horn?
Thank you.
Thanks.
About, close to you.
It's good for us. It's good.
Why do birds suddenly appear every time you are near, just like me?
Better take it back. Thank you anyway.
I'll get you that.
Just like me, they long to be close to you.
I'm telling you, I didn't believe it. First off, I thought it was the horn, right? Then I said, well, maybe it's the mustache. See, I haven't had it too long.
Maybe you won't.
Oh, I tell you, that was something else.
Cool.
I don't know.
Hey, how well do you know him?
Harry?
Yeah,
Like I said, we went to the same school.
but he never graduated. He was still in the life.
How do you know that?
Well, I don't know for sure, but I think before he got killed, he pulled a job. He kept talking about going out of the country, going to South America. That takes bread.
So what do you think happened?
Well, I figure he got greedy, tried to double-cross him, and...
Did you ever tell anybody? The cops?
Are you kidding? Ta-da! This is it.
Uh-huh.
Hey, thanks for the bus ride.
No, my pleasure.
No, my pleasure. Looks like it's gonna rain.
Is it? Funny, I don't see a cloud in the sky.
Yeah. Good night.
Good night.
Fantastic.
Hey, I thought it was you.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
A beer?
Right, yeah.
Hey, something I wanted to ask you. Oh, yeah, where'd you say you did your time?
Arizona.
Oh, yeah, Arizona. Hey, I got a buddy of mine in town right now, did time there, too. Listen, the three of us should get together, throw a couple of beers down, huh?
Sure, sounds good, yeah.
Paid by the hour, not by the car. Us cons gotta stick together.
Yeah, Scotty, what's so skinny here anyway? I thought it was a parole violation for ex-cons to associate.
It just goes down that way.
What, Mason doesn't mind?
No, he's a stand-up guy. He give you the old speech about how he could be the worst guy you ever knew or the nicest?
Yeah, read me the whole act, yeah.
Well, it's true. He deals them straight up. Just don't crook.
Hey! What are you guys gonna do, stand around jawing all day?
Yeah, I was just taking a break.
Break? You want a break? I'll give you a break. I'll give you the same break Driscoll got. Get back on the car.
All right, all right.
Guy comes out kind of strong, doesn't he?
He blows hot and cold.
Who's Driscoll?
Guy got hurt a while back. You know, the day you started, remember?
The guy had the accident, yeah.
Yeah, well, that's what Tubbs says. There was no accident that he got bounced back into the slam.
What do you mean?
Huh?
What do you mean?
Ain't nothing.
Driscoll one of Mason's boys?
Yeah.
Sure sounds like Tubbs and Mason are awful tight, huh?
Well, what do you think?
If that was a rehearsal, I'm gonna be sure and catch your act.
Thank you. Hey, fellas. Excuse me. I'll see you tonight. Take care. Hey, Mr. Mason, tell me something. Hey, Mr. Mason, what went wrong? Was it me?
No. You're not to blame for anything.
Wish I could believe that.
Believe it. I've known a lot of Harrys, tried to help them. But the reason most of them never make it is they're always looking for an edge. A way to take advantage of somebody like you or me. If you let them, they hurt you. After a while, you just learn to protect yourself.
Well, they're not caring?
If I had $1 for every time I got burnt by a con, I really tried to help, I'd be a rich man. A bit of advice, okay? Stay out of rehabilitation. It ain't worth the price.
So why do you stay in it?
Because I'm dumb. Because I don't know anything else. Look, I hate postmortems, but if you ever find out who got to Harry and why, let me know, will you? You can call me day or night.
Play someplace else. You're lousy.
Hey, you gotta remember little Chico, man. He was in the same time you were. If you ever had to get a fix, he was the guy you had to see.
He's the man I didn't want to see. Now, what do I want to getting strung out in the joint for, huh?
Yeah, I know what you mean. I kicked the habit myself in stir.
Yeah?
Yeah. I don't have to worry about dying. I already done that and sold that. How about another round?
Yeah, sure. Hey, hold it. We're drinking on Tubbs, right, Tubbs?
Right. Irish.
You know, it seems like there's got to be somebody you hung with that was still around from when I was there.
I didn't hang out with anybody. Just kept my nose clean, if you know what I mean, and counted the days.
All right, everybody, hug the bar. Everybody. What's the matter with you? You hard of hearing?
What are you grabbing at me for? I'm clean.
More tracks than the Santa Fe Railroad.
Carl, you got calls, man?
Calls? I'm going to give you
calls.
calls.
Get your hands off me. What is it? Man, quit it.
Where have you been? We've been with you all the time.
I didn't see you.
That means I'm doing a good job. How about this Hall? He's shaking you down?
He's working out of here.
Got anything?
Yeah, name, Ben Driscoll. He had some kind of fight with Tubbs. Next thing you know, he's back in jail, violation of parole.
Mason has PO too?
That's right, yeah.
Anything else?
No, not yet.
How about the girl?
Oh, yeah, she's straight like you thought.
Good. Okay. Well, which side do you want it on?
What?
Yeah. Which side do you want it on?
No. They only do that in the movies.
Oh, they got it from us. Come on, come on.
That's coming up pretty good now.
Hey, maybe you should have laid one on that dude.
Yeah, sure. Should hit the cop. That's real smart.
You want another round?
Oh, man. No, not for me. I gotta hit it. But what after Lou went through here, I'd say, you're hanging in some pretty good company. See you around, kid.
Sometime, maybe. I don't know about this town, though.
Hey, come on. Hang in there. You'll get a scam. This town might be just what you're looking for. Take care of him, Tubbs.
Yo. See ya. Hey, take care, man.
Sounds like he knows something I don't. Got some action going?
Could be. You interested?
Nope. No, I've had enough hard times already.
Yeah, well, I guess washing cars is your style.
Beats making license plates.
Mm-hmm. Well, you just buy another round. I gotta make a phone call.
Look, man, I told you I don't know nothing.
I heard you knew too much. That's why you got busted up.
It was an accident.
Mm-hmm. You slipped.
That's right.
If it was an accident, they would have sent you to the hospital and not down here.
That was another slip.
Mm-hmm. Pretty big coincidence, I'll tell you that.
That's the way it goes sometimes.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I guess that depends on who your friends are, too, doesn't it? Driscoll, come here. You really want to get back in that wagon? Well, I'm going to tell you what I want. I want Bob Mason.
I didn't hear that.
Wait a minute. What are you afraid of?
Listen, Lieutenant, I'm going back and serve the balance of my sentence. In a year and a half, I'll be out. After that, I don't want any more trouble.
Driscoll, now listen to me. Together, we can put him away.
Now, you got to be jiving. Who's going to take my word against the man? I'm a con and I'm black. Now, that's the bottom of the barrel. If you want Mason, good luck. But you stay away from me.
Man's Holmes's castle.
Just a routine check, like it says in the parole condition.
Yeah, I must have missed that part.
Maybe you ought to read them again. Well, you're clean.
You disappointed?
Stow it, Falcon.
Someone tell you I was holding?
Like I said, a routine check.
Sure.
You want to talk, we'll talk on your time. Tomorrow morning,
I got a job, you remember?
Your job is to do what I tell you to do, and don't you forget it. And don't forget tomorrow morning. I wouldn't want you to miss your first progress report.
Hey, looks like you had some company.
Mason.
No kidding.
You know he was here, didn't you?
Well, he's one man you can't keep out of your life, baby.
Phone call you made at the bar. That was to him, right, Tubbs?
Well, now, why would I do that?
Come on, Tubbs. What the hell's going on?
Don't you damn me! Just relax. He didn't find anything, did he? But I mean, if he did, I mean, just one little stick of grass, and you'd be punching plates for a long time. You know what I mean?
Well, that's a real neat box. Why are you backing me into it, huh?
Because you're a torch, and I need a specialist.
You got 12 other guys that's down. You can use why me, huh?
That's right. But your family, Felton. Don't you understand? Your family.
Jewelry store, Friday morning before it opens.
Where?
I don't know.
And you're not sure if Mason's the architect?
No, but it's gotta be. I mean, Mike, it's the old carrot in the club. The con won't play, Tubbs sets him up, and Mason sends him back to the joint.
Buddy boy, I'm pulling the plug.
What?
Too many things can go wrong.
Why?
No. Listen. How do I know if you can tie in Mason?
I'll be there when he cuts the pie. Mike, think of this. Mason is not any criminal. He's part of the system. And if he's rotten, what chance do we have of turning the corner with any con?
All right. But if anything goes wrong, I mean anything, you bail out, understood?
Understood.
Well, come on, he's gonna open in a half hour. Quinn, kill it! Kill it!
Oh, you blew it, man. They switched alarms and let's hit the bypass.
Finish it.
Forget it, man. No way.
Finish it!
Tubbs, they're on us. The skylight. Come on.
Hello, babe. I hope you never have to listen to this, but I was in on a robbery over on Post Street. This isn't a cop-out, but they forced me to go along, and a guard was killed. I didn't do it. A guy named Wilson Tubbs pulled the trigger. While he was getting rid of the body, I grabbed the diamonds. Jackie, whatever happens, I want you to have the diamonds. They're in this case, under the lining.
Hello.
Hello, Mr. Mason. This is Jackie Sterling. Harry Gates' girl.
Oh, yeah, sure, Jackie. I remember you. What can I do for you?
Could you come to my place right now?
Yeah, sure, Jackie. What is it?
I know who killed Harry and why.
Yeah, well, I'll be right over. Just stay right where you are.
Relax.
Right there, Scotty. Just hold it right there.
Oh, wow.
Put him up. Let's go.
Oh,
Put him up.
boy. This is
Where's he
rich. That's real rich.
Where's he going?
Hey, I don't know.
See, Mason?
Hey, man.
Come on, slide out. Let's go. Slide out. Come on. Let's go.
And she's got the rocks?
Yeah. The only problem is she knows that you killed Harry.
Yeah, but she called you.
That's right. Let me have your gun.
Don't you want me to hit her?
I'll do it.
You?
Harry's girl goes, you're going to be the first one Stone picks up, and I can't cover for you anymore.
Yeah, you're right. Hey.
Like I said, I can't give you another alibi, but you're going to give me one. You're going to help me get out of this whole battle. You killed the girl, and you came over here to push me into telling another lie for you. Only this time I stood up to you. We struggled. I got your gun, and it went off.
All right, now, don't storm me, man. Now, where is he?
Hey, I don't know. I don't know what building he's in.
Move it.
There's Mason's car.
Now, where's Tubbs?
I don't know.
Come on. Let's move it in here. Call an ambulance. Where'd he go?
Girl's place.
What girl? Harry's girl?
Yeah.
Operator, we have an ambulance. 19 and Diamond.
Give me that. Hello, operator. This is an emergency. Could I have the police department, please?
You know, I really feel silly standing here all alone, talking into a microphone like this, but it's cheap insurance, I guess. This way, if all blows up in my face, at least you'll have something. And you'll know the truth. I love you, Jackie. There's so much I want to say, but the most important thing for you to know is why all this happened. Why I had to break my word to you. Why I couldn't say no to these people.
Oh, come in. Harry made a tape for me, and he left these diamonds. There's more on the tape, I just realized.
If I said no, I'd have been shipped back to prison because the man behind this whole thing is my P.O. That's right, babe. Bob Mason is calling all the shots.
All right, make a left right here on Filbert.
Yes, why don't you just take all the diamonds and just go?
It's not that easy now. Hold it! Well, the lady gets it. Now, all of you, throw the hardware on the bricks. Now, back off. Move! Move! You get in the car.
You all right?
Yeah, I'm all right.
You look thinner, Frank.
Hey, Stone! Lieutenant Stone!
Yeah.
The review board got some new evidence on my case and cleared me. You didn't have anything to do with that, did you?
Me? Are you kidding, Driscoll? You're a con. You're black. You're the bottom of the barrel, remember? Why would I want to help you?
Yeah. Hey, man. Thanks.
What's with this thanks?
You're the real hard-nosed, aren't you?
Well, you got to keep up the image.
That reminds me, I got to file my report.
What report?
Police brutality.
Are you kidding?
Oh, come on.
I opened my hand. I did that with my open
Forget it.
hand.
The first blemish you're going to have on your record.
Oh, my friends give me blemishes.
I don't believe it.
Of San Francisco, a Quinn Martin production. Starring Karl Malden. Also starring Michael Douglas. With guest stars Leif Erikson, Peter Strauss, Marshall Thompson. Special guest star James Gregory. Tonight's episode, For the Love of God.
Monsignor? Yes? Monsignor McGowan?
Yeah, that's me. What can I do for you?
I'd like you to hear my confession.
Well, the regular times for confession are Saturday afternoons and evenings, or daily before the 6 o'clock Mass.
No, I can't wait. Look, it's something terrible, Father. Something that's eating me alive inside.
All right, son. Take that confessional. I'll be right with you.
God have mercy on you in the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Bless me, Father, for I've sinned. It's been 2 weeks since my last confession.
Well, go on, son.
I've broken the 5th commandment, Father.
You've killed?
Yes, Father. Twice.
Killed 2 people?
No, not people. Voices of evil. Men who hide behind God's robes while a true man of God lives in disgrace and shame.
What are you talking about?
You. I'm talking about you and all those pretenders like you.
Where's the lieutenant?
He's on his way.
Number 3, huh?
Yeah, number 3. Same way?
Caught both barrels point blank. Body was found by the priest over there, Father Romero.
What was his name?
McGowan, Monsignor McGowan.
We get the report by night. Thanks. Father, my name is Inspector Keller.
What is it, Inspector? What's happening? First a priest, then a minister, now another priest. What's happening?
I don't know, Father. I wish I knew. I just wish I knew. Now, maybe you can help us with what you know.
I don't know anything, except 3 members of the clergy have been murdered. Savagely. Brutally.
Where were you when the shooting took place?
In the rectory.
What time was that?
It was approximately 1 o'clock, no more than 10 after.
He told me once he kept prayers for other priests short. If you were a good man, you wouldn't need them. And if you weren't, all the prayers in the world wouldn't help.
He was one of the best.
I didn't know Mike. I'm very sorry.
You know him well?
We grew up together in the same alley fights. Went to the same schools. Until he went to seminary. Where we started, it seemed as though you only had 3 choices. As you got older, you either became a crook, a cop, or a priest.
They used to say Father Tom ran his parish like a beat. Maybe he had a touch of cop in his blood.
Maybe he did. Maybe. I only know he's got the whole police force looking for the man who killed him. Oh, there's no pattern. There's no pattern at all. How many days have we been on this? Almost a week? And nothing. You Oh, you're a big help. You call yourself a psychiatrist. Can't you come up with answers on anybody? Anybody who could be sick enough to commit a string of murders like this? What are we paying you for anyway?
Oh, hostile today. I can give you some answers. About how police lieutenants pick on shrinks half their size. If you really want instant satisfaction for all that bread the department lays on me. Okay, Mike, I'm sorry. But aside from the killings being all clergymen, the only pattern I can see is that each killing took place on a Sunday after services. Could be some sort of fanatic. Sits in a pew, works himself into a rage, and then strikes out in some distorted sense of vengeance.
You mean like some kind of grudge?
Maybe.
What was he after, the man or the cloth?
Maybe God.
Lenny, what, he's killing a symbol?
Well, they say each time the Boston Strangler killed, he was killing his mother symbolically.
Don't give me symbols. I want facts.
Okay, fact. There is a pattern behind what a psychotic killer does and how he does it. Fact. Without knowing the man himself, how his mind is bent. Well, the only thing I can tell you is he's probably schizoid or paranoid schizoid.
Which tells me nothing.
Mike, you bring me more, I'll tell you more. There's only one thing I can tell you. If you want to nail him, you better do it fast.
That's right. They've been every week so far. You think he'd hit before Sunday?
Maybe. And maybe he won't kill again at all.
Why is that?
Because the unconscious doesn't know anything about numbers. If it is vengeance of some kind, he could suddenly think it's complete at any time.
Oh, great. That's just great. Well, nobody wants him to commit a crime again. But if he doesn't, we'll lose him forever.
You know, Mike, there is one tie. It's just not in this area.
What's that?
The background check I did on Father Stewart, the first priest who was killed. Turns out he went to the same seminary as Tom McGowan. Was even ordained in the same year.
St. Anthony's here in the Bay Area.
Right.
Well, why didn't you say so before?
Well, I didn't see how it tied in with a Methodist minister, Dowd. I don't see how it ties in now, either.
Well, that's just what we're going to find out.
Mike, why don't you grab something to eat, back off it for a little bit, huh?
You going to bill me for that bit of advice, too?
You're pressing, Mike. You're human, too, subject to stress, tension. We can all take just so much.
He's right, Mike. I can go to the seminary.
You just ride herd on the street. And don't anybody worry about how much I can take.
Priests leaving their vocations every day, practically every day. Seminaries are empty, priests getting married. Strikes, demonstrations. The next thing I expect to hear is that one of our faculty members is writing pornographic paperbacks in his spare time to supplement his income.
Let me see it.
Yes. Ah, yes, this is the girl, yes.
Oh, 48 in the class, huh? Oh, there we go now. McGowan, Stewart, John Dowd. Father Petrelli, one of the men killed was a Methodist minister. His name was John Dowd. Could it be the same man?
John Dowd. Yes, he was with us. But some time later, he left the priesthood for a more liberal Protestant doctrine.
You know what we're going to have to do, Father? We're going to have to look through this whole folder very carefully.
Yes, of course. But don't forget to bring it back now.
Henry Driscoll.
Driscoll. Right?
Right. Merrill Mitchell.
Mitchell. Right. Then we got, William Moreno, right?
Moreno, that's right. That does it. That's 48. Minus 4 who died of natural causes, 3 who were the victims, leaving 41. And if our figuring is correct, 27 of those are still working in parishes in the western states, 18 in California, and 7 right here in our own vicinity.
Yeah.
Well, now we've got to do some good old-fashioned legwork.
He's writer's cramp, I'll tell you that. You do have the addresses that go along with these names? Well, I got to make up that list, too.
What, did somebody tell you that a cop's job was all action and glory?
No, I just want to know why I got to write on the board when you got on a list and a piece of paper in front of you.
Because I want it right here, right there. Now, without looking at the board. Don't look at the board. Look at me. Come on. Now, give me the list of 7 guys we've got to see.
All right, come on.
Without looking at the board. Come on.
All right, we got Moreno, Mitchell, Driscoll, Dillon, Fowler, Reed, and Spencer.
Right. And that's why they still have blackboards in classrooms, buddy boy.
Give me a list of addresses. We've like...
I talked to Bishop Hallahan. His staff is on it.
41 priests. All of them targets. Think one of them pulled the trigger?
I don't know. Lenny said grudge. It's hard to think that one of them would be packing one. But somebody is.
Anything?
You?
Yeah. What? Father Dillon over at St. Anne's. What about him? He gave me the name of a guy that wasn't on our list. Joseph Pat McShay.
Not on the list. How come?
Well, it seems the guy washed out for a couple of years. He never graduated. Reason being he had a nervous breakdown.
Where is he now?
I don't know. I'm working on it. I just want to let you know.
Good. Let's get on with it.
Wait a minute. There's more. Now, Father Dillon said that it was a group of students, a sort of council, that told the faculty advisors of Shay's condition.
You mean he's blaming them for his washout? That's what Lenny said, a grudge.
Looks that way because all three of the dead are on that council.
And there's Tom.
And Dowd and Stewart.
That's right. Who are the others?
Wait, there's a guy in the L.A. Archdiocese. His name is Gomez. Another one's a missionary in Asia.
Who's that?
William Moreno. And the other one's a guy that you were going to see.
Yeah, the fifth circle on our list, Driscoll.
Henry Driscoll, right.
My guess is that he's on somebody else's list, right on top. What about Shay? You get a trace on him?
Yep.
Good. Get on the teletype to LAPD. Tell him to put some protection around Gomez, and I'll go with his father, Driscoll.
Right.
Chilly day today, Father.
Yes, it is, isn't it?
Never seem to get tired, do they?
No. Matter of fact, I was just thinking about that myself. They sort of play as if their lives depended on it.
They do. The struggle in youth is what makes strong wings.
Wings?
What's the matter with you, Father? Never watched a butterfly?
I'm sorry, I don't...
When I was a kid, I found a chrysalis. You know what that is? A chrysalis?
Chrysalis? Yes, I believe so. That's the shell that an insect normally...
That's right. It's a shell where it lives, while it's changing from one kind of bug to another kind of bug. Anyway, I dumped it in a jar till this butterfly started to come out, you know? And I saw he was having trouble. So I reached in and I broke the shell open. But when it came out, it kind of flopped around real weak-like. And then it died. I found out later, the struggle in youth is what makes strong wings.
See what you mean?
Do you? It didn't happen. I just thought it sounded good. I read it someplace. I read a lot. Mostly the Bible. But I don't go around throwing it at people, you know? What I feel about God is between him and me. Is there anything wrong with that, Father?
No, I don't believe so. Man's relationship with God is a very personal thing.
That's safe.
I beg your pardon?
I said that's safe. What you thought I wanted to hear, right?
I don't believe I quite...
You must be Father Driscoll. Father Henry Driscoll?
No, I'm Father Carey.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Sorry about what?
I just thought you were Father Driscoll. Where is he?
Well, right now he's in Sacramento at a regional conference. He'll be back sometime tomorrow morning. Is there anything I can do for you?
No, thank you. I just want to see Father Driscoll. Father Henry Driscoll. If he'll be back tomorrow, I'll see him then.
Killer now.
You do remember Joseph Shea?
Oh, yes, I remember poor Joe.
Seminary counsel?
Yes, I vaguely remember we made some sort of recommendation to the faculty about him, but that was half a lifetime ago. Are you trying to tell me that
I'm
after
only trying to do one thing, Father
Driscoll?
Catch a homicidal maniac before he kills again.
No, not Joe Shea. Joe Shea, I remember, he was ineffectual. He was incapable of lifting a finger against anyone. And there was no maliciousness in the council's intent when they went to talk to the faculty advisors.
Then, Father, why did you go talk to the advisors?
Well, as I recall, Joe Shea just wasn't capable of assuming the pressures of the priesthood. He was headed for a breakdown. He was practically a basket case. But we did what we felt was best for Joe Shea.
And how did he feel about it?
He was upset.
Just upset? Not angry?
Yes, he was angry.
Nice.
Oh, thank you very much.
You know, I grant you that 30 years is a pretty long time, Father, but as long as I've been behind that desk, and I haven't been there 30 years yet, but as long as I've been behind it, I've seen more than one man explode over something that's been brewing in him for a long, long time.
You really think I'm a target, don't you?
I'd make book on it.
All right. What do you suggest?
Protection.
Now, just a minute. I will not turn this church into an armed fortress.
Well, there's another way, Father.
Oh, how?
You could isolate yourself from the daily routine, do some research for an indefinite period of time.
And let a policeman take my place?
You got it.
Well, that means that you are assuming that the killer doesn't know me on sight.
And Joseph Shea does, I know.
Lieutenant, you can't have it both ways.
Father, you studied with the Jesuits, didn't you?
You got it.
Well, between you and Lenny, we've got enough logic. What I want is to catch a killer, and I want to do it without risking your life.
So you risk yours?
That's the way I earn my pension.
But not your death. Not standing in for me, you don't.
Oh, come on, Father.
Lieutenant, I'm sorry, but it's out. It's finished.
Father, now forgive me. But you're as ornery as the devil.
That's one of my few virtues, I'm sure.
Well, that's not what Bishop Hallahan says. He speaks very highly of you.
You already talked to Bishop Hallahan?
No, I didn't talk to him, no. Michael, he did.
He just happened to have a perfect fit.
I'm surprised at that. I always understood with that shirt, it's not whether or not the shirt fits the man. It's whether or not the man fits the shirt.
Well, let me tell you. Maybe I didn't make the priesthood, but in my time, I was the best damned altar boy. Well, I was. Don't you look at me like that. I was the best altar boy St. Vincent's ever saw.
I'm going to level with you, Lieutenant. You sure could have fooled me.
Martin, well, what are you doing here? I didn't think you were due for your regular visit until, when is it? Next week sometime. Next,
Wednesday.
Wednesday, yes. Of course. What a pleasant surprise.
I just thought maybe we could talk for a while, Father.
Talk? On a beautiful day like this, you should be off in the country someplace, taking a hike, maybe going fishing. You know, it's... When I was your age, Martin, when I was your age, there were things we could see, things we could go and do.
You told me about the lakes?
Lakes? Ah, yes, the lakes. Lakes were beautiful.
And pure.
And pure? Pure mountain water, Martin. So clean and clear.
Go on.
What, Martin?
About the mountains, the lakes, the places you used to go.
Ah, yes, the lakes were so beautiful, but that was a long time ago, Martin. When I was your age,
I wish we could go sometime together. Just you and me. We'd find a place like that and we'd just sit around.
Oh, no. No, this group here looks like they're a little under the weather, don't they? Even with all this glorious sunshine.
You'd like it too, wouldn't you? Father Shea?
What's that, Martin?
If we could go someplace like that, together.
I'd love it, Martin. I'd love it more than anything I can think of in the world.
And maybe someday we can. You shouldn't be here. You don't belong here. You should be out there where those others have been all this time.
No. Oh, Martin, it's all right. I'm happy here. What about you, that new job of yours? Where is it? I can never remember the name. It's,
Mount Davidson.
Mount Davidson. Of course, Davidson. I can never... You taking care of things there, Martin? Everything's going along all right for you, and that's good. That's good. I'm glad to hear that, yes. Huh? When you look over here, what's happened to...
I've been taking care of things for you too, Father. The pretenders are being punished. All the ones who hurt you.
I think these are about ready for a little shower.
All the voices of evil.
Evil? Why do you speak of evil, Martin? There's too much evil among us in this world. You have been going to Mass regularly, haven't you?
Yes, Father.
And confession? What about confession?
Just this past Sunday, confession and Mass.
And this Sunday? Tomorrow?
Yes, sir, I intend to. I fully intend to.
Good.
bless you, my son.
Well, he was a young fellow, 25, 26, certainly no more than that.
And you say he asked for Father Driscoll by name?
That's right. Father Driscoll, Father Henry Driscoll. He repeated it like that. Sort of like a computer, as if more for his benefit than mine.
Were you expecting anybody?
Well, no. No, we don't confine our hours here to hearing confessions and saying Mass. You know, people drop by, they want to talk, they ask for advice. And sometimes just passing the day, it makes them feel a lot better.
But he asked for you by name.
Oh, he could have gotten my name in 100 places. It's a large parish, Lieutenant. Now, if you're going to be suspicious of everybody knocks on our doors here, you've got a big job ahead of you.
I can handle the job, Henry, if you can handle Mike. Instead of Lieutenant.
Oh, I'm sorry. Mike.
Okay, just be careful. Father Carey, I'm going to ask you to give a description of this man to the police artist.
I'll be happy to.
Sorry, I should have knocked.
No, we don't have locked doors here for a very good reason. We shouldn't have the feeling that we're hiding behind them for the same kind of reason.
I hope you're still going to feel that way, Father. Returns are coming in.
What's that?
Father Gomez was shot to death 2 days ago in the rectory of his parish. Ballistics ammo, all the same as the killings here in San Francisco. Steve, come here. What about Shay?
He had a complete breakdown 19 years ago. He's at the Pacific State Hospital. Stay with him. I'm on my way now.
Okay.
Mike.
I know. Driscoll is the only circle left.
And you're in it? Familiar with this case?
I was staffing admittance the day he first came to us. Too long ago. I've been here so long myself, I'm like an institution within an institution. Oh, here he comes now.
And he's never been out of confinement?
Not for the past 7 years. Well, before that, he was in and out half a dozen times, dating all the way back to his first confinement.
But he's never been out of this hospital in the last 7 years?
No.
Okay. Thank you very much, Doctor.
Are you sure you wouldn't like to speak with him? He's quite harmless.
I don't think so.
Thank you.
Martin?
Oh, hi, Doc.
I wasn't looking for you until next Wednesday.
I just came to see Father Joe.
Well, take care. Inspector, I'll show you out.
Thank you.
No, that isn't right. The nose is thinner.
Got it?
I got zilch. He's been locked up for 7 years.
You positive? Couldn't you
Mike,
pull the
I checked it
disappearing
out. I'm
act?
telling you, no.
Right back to zero, huh? Except for that long shot they're pulling over there.
You still gonna play target?
You got something better?
I can see that collar's done nothing for your disposition.
What did you expect? Bing Crosby and going my way?
A reasonable facsimile.
Don't give me that reasonable fact. I'm sorry.
Mike.
I'm sorry, but...
You wearing anything besides that collar?
Well, no, I tried my special. It bulged just too much. Besides, I thought it was sacrilegious.
You're crazy. You know that you are... I'm getting your shoulder holster with a 32. At least you got something in short range.
Lieutenant.
Mike.
Sorry, Mike. This is him. I think we've got it.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm positive. That's him.
Have you seen this before?
No, not that I remember.
Get this on the wire. Possible suspect believed to be armed and dangerous.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait just a minute.
What's the matter?
I think I saw this man.
Where?
He was at the hospital with Shay.
Yes, that's him.
Martin Novak.
Yes.
You say he's an outpatient?
Yes, since the latter part of last year. Before that, he'd spent some time with us, but he'd been making such wonderful progress.
Well, you know where we can find him now, Doctor?
Would you bring me a file on Martin Novak, please?
Paranoid schizophrenic?
Yes.
What about religious fanaticism?
Oh, yes.
How about his family? A loner, illegitimate, maybe?
Not maybe, in fact.
With a need for a father figure. A desperate need.
Oh, thank you.
Dr. Walden, you know what we're going for. Could Shea have ever talked about not being a real priest to Novak?
Oh, yes, certainly. He has occasional moments of lucidity when he realizes that wearing a collar is just his own personal fantasy. Yes, here's the address.
Thank you. Then if he talked about being a real priest, he could have talked about why.
And he might have mentioned the council that brought his problem to the seminary.
I hate to believe that, but it is quite conceivable.
Doctor, can I use your phone, please?
Yes, certainly. Dial 9 for a direct line now.
That means that even if Shea never said anything about wanting to duel the members of the council, Novak could have taken it upon himself to kill him.
It's this simple, Steve. Shea means everything to this kid. This kid thinks someone ruined Shea's life, and he decides to get the people who hurt Shea.
Homicide, Captain Olson's office, please. Dr. Walden, what do you think?
It's all very possible. Even more so when you add the element of religion. I'd say that in Martin's distorted view, he's killing for the love of man and for the love of God.
Rudy, Steve Keller, we have our man. Martin Novak, 4211 Farrell.
May God forgive him his sins, his evil against a chosen one. God forgive Henry Driscoll, sent this day to his reward.
Hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Deliver us, Lord, from every evil, and grant us peace in our day. In your mercy, keep us free from sin, and protect us from all anxiety, as we wait in joyful hope for the coming of our Savior, Jesus Christ. For the kingdom, the power, and the glory
Zero.
are yours, now
Gobrowski and Chin are the only suspicious-looking characters I've seen.
Lord Jesus, you said to your apostles, I leave you peace. My peace I give you. Look not on our sins, but on the faith of your family, and grant us the peace and unity of your kingdom, where you live forever and ever. The Lord be with you. The Almighty God bless us, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. Go in peace. The Mass is ended. Thanks be to God.
I don't know whether the gymnasium can be made available, especially on such short notice.
We didn't have any trouble getting the gymnasium last year.
Oh, no, I didn't say there'd be any trouble. I tell you what, why don't you let me look into it, and I'll let you know next Sunday.
But that won't give us much time to get organized.
Well, if anybody can organize it and make it a success, I'm sure you ladies can.
Oh, well.
Bless you.
Thank you, Father.
Father?
For a minute, I thought they were going to ask me for my ID.
Bing Crosby would have known how to handle it.
Oh, sure, but he never could have joined our choir. Well, maybe we guessed wrong, eh?
Tom McGowan was killed after Mass, Mike.
I know. Well, what about the address he got from the hospital?
Moved, no forwarding.
Well, what about Shay? I thought Dr. Walden was going to question him.
He did. All I can remember is Novak had a job as a caretaker. Walden looked into it as a part-time thing arranged by the Department of Human Resources.
Who's on it?
Devitt. It's difficult getting anything from Civil Services on a Sunday. Also, I got Chen, Grabowski, and Rice covering all entrances to the church and rectory. I don't think I'll take them off till we're sure.
Bless you, my son.
Thank you, Father.
Yes.
Thank you.
Father Driscoll?
Did you call me, son?
Yes?
Which one is Father Driscoll?
I am. What is it you want?
Well, why did he answer when I called him?
Well, you see, sometimes it's hard to hear in here, especially when your mind is on prayer. Isn't that right, Father Stone?
Yes, it is.
Go ahead, Father. You go right in, Father, and I'll see what the young man wants. Go ahead.
No way, Father. Not another step.
You got anything from Urango?
There's no sign of him, Steve.
Jim?
Just a whole lot of quiet.
That shotgun isn't necessary.
You know, don't you? You know why I'm here.
She wanted to speak to me.
I came to see Father Henry Driscoll. Which one is it?
I told you
No, Lieutenant. I can't let you go through with this. It's my life he wants.
Leave me alone. Stay here. Stay! He went out the back. He was inside all the time. The confessional. Freeze!
Jim, Jordan, where?
Get him. Where?
Mount Davidson. Dr. Walden, you sure about that?
Yes, I'm sure, Inspector. Father Shea's here with me right now. He remembers Martin saying it, too.
Okay, thank you very much.
Hey, Steve. Rice just went into surgery. How's Mike?
Giving the doctors a hard time.
Don't worry about me. I'll sign your release. They think everything in this hospital is terminal. How's Rice?
He'll make it, Mike.
And what about you, Grabowski? Do you think you'll make it?
Hey, I'm sorry, Mike.
Don't be sorry. Just tell me how you lost him.
It was like a maze, Mike. Novak knew the turns and he didn't.
Where was Chen?
Calling up support.
Oh, you had to grab my arm when I passed out, huh?
Oh, back off, Mike, will you? Driscoll's alive, and we know where the...
Back off! We had him in our hands, and now he's gone.
We know where he is. Mount Davidson. Novak Police, open up.
Mike.
Yeah.
The list.
Hey, there he is. It's all right. It's all over now. You can come out. It's all right. You're going to be all right.
Oh, I'm not hurt. But are you all right, Father?
Why, yes, Yes. Yes, sister, I'm fine. When are you ever going to get around to calling me Mike?
Oh, Mike? Well, Mike it is. If you'll keep calling me Father, you know, I never did like the sound of Henry. Only man I know of who carries that off with style is old Henry Aaron.
Are you a Giant fan?
I'll catch every game I can.
Well, we've got to go out the Candlestick on their next homestand.
You're on. You know, I had visions of a career myself once.
What happened?
What happened? I had a weakness for a slow curve over the outside corner, and a sudden decision that wearing this cloth would work better for me than gray flannels. Although, to this day, I still wonder what would have happened if I had choked up on that bat and closed my stance a little.
Now, who's going to say you're not playing in the majors right now?
Oh, you mean hitting a homer for God?
Something like that, yeah.
Well, you boys parked one, that's for sure. And, Mike, I know that nothing is going to take away the pain of losing a friend like Tom McGowan. And I think that he's grateful for what you did, too. Tom was fond of an old Irish benediction. May God sleep on your pillow. May he hold you in the hollow of his hand. May the roads rise with you. Fair weather to your heels.
May the wind be ever at your back. And may you be a long time in heaven before the devil knows you're gone. I remember it.
Mike, I wish you that. May the wind be ever at your back.
Thank you, Father.
Steve?
Father, take care. You know, you look pretty good with that collar on.
You think so?
Yeah.
Well, thanks. I'm going to have to keep that in mind.
Well, why is that?
Well, you never know when someday you're going to need something to fall back on.